breathe when I'm talking. Put your head to the ground when I walk in. You should proceed with caution. You could get cut off for free, that's a walk-in. Don't need your offering. Come in my office, speaking to me as a fee. I'm an impress. He might be hotter than y'all, but I'm heat to a different degree. Don't believe, come and see. Fuga. When it open, it go right through you. Give me an inch and I'll show you a roller. When you see me freeze, Medusa, you can get skilled with. I'll be the best, I mean nobody better. You best in your era, I'm best in wherever, whenever, forever. I sit at the top, even when you giving all that you got. All that I'm giving to you is a box. That mean that you better chill. Popping out when I'm breaking the seal. No Shibuya, you can't level the field. Gassed up, like he empathy till he got to face the greatest in history. No doubt that he may have faith in ability. Only way that's gonna play is my victory, and that's a split decision. Cut him deep, that's a big incision. Hit my target with elite precision. You call him great at his peak position. If this competition was shame.
What is up, guys? Dashing here and live. We are Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in our very first special event of the new season. Climb to fame, my friends, and we are getting things started with what very well may be one of the most brutal matches in CMV history we are about to witness right here, my friends. You can already see right there. No ropes. No canvas. Anything goes as Stevie Gabriel prepares to take on Ellie Quinn to kick things off. And of course, guys, Ellie Quinn, no matter the result of this match, no matter what condition she may be in, 2 broken legs, maybe missing an arm, head caved in, it does not matter. Later tonight in our main event, she will have to defend the undisputed world championship against Morgan. And that's the deal that Ellie Quinn struck to get this match right here. A deal she struck with Shay Hoxton, that if she got Stevie Gabriel in any match of her choosing, with no interferences, she would put her championship on the line against whomever on the same night. Little did she know, though, it was going to end up being the Ogre Morgan. And, well, of course, she's been running the gauntlet over this past month. Week after week on Shockwave. Handicap matches. No DQ matches. Falls count anywhere. Just a few days ago against Jack Wolf. Ellie Quinn is being held together by tape and a prayer, my friends. And look, the fact of the matter is, doesn't matter if you're the biggest Ellie Quinn fan in the world, it's academic. There's no shot Ellie Quinn leaves Climb to Fame still the undisputed world champion. And this is what Ellie Quinn wanted, though, and now she gets what she wanted. This, no ropes. The canvas has been ripped up. The exposed boards. No disqualifications, no countouts. Falls count anywhere, and nobody can interfere in this matchup. As Stevie Gabriel stares across their former best friend, who she stabbed in the back at the end of last season, to align with Shay Hoxton. It's time to get it on, my friends. This one is going to be brutal. That's guaranteed. As immediately Ellie Quinn comes out of the gate with a big pump kick, but responds to Stevie Gabriel with a standing drop kick. And this, the only second exposed boards match in CMV history, guys. The first was way back at Ascendance 10, the main event, where Dante Tatum fought Johnny Cloudcutter. And if you don't recall, that matchup was borderline hard to watch. Johnny Cloudcutter was victorious in the end, but it prematurely ended both men's careers. They didn't last very long after that matchup, and they've not been seen since. every single maneuver, even something as simple as a suplex, guys, on top of these exposed boards, is going to be about as painful as anything can be. And here we go, big final cut, as I think, yeah, Stevie Gabriel, by the way, is already busted open. I figured we would get some blood in this matchup. Didn't think it would be hardly even a minute in, though. As again, there's no rope surrounding the ring, and Stevie Gabriel almost taking a nasty tumble there off the side. And no disqualifications as the Undisputed World Champion goes digging under the ring. Oh, big punch. And now Ellie Quinn is busted open as our referee here, perhaps the only referee brave enough to officiate this matchup, Murphy. And again, this is Falls Count Anywhere. Murphy in position as Stevie Gabriel seems to lock in a last chancery here. You would think Ellie Quinn would want to end this matchup as quickly as she possibly can to be as fresh as she can for the main event. But then again, Ellie Quinn, she wanted this matchup. She made the rules. She struck that deal with Shay Hoxton and just yeets Gabriel back into the ring. And back first off the exposed boards. It's now Quinn here from the corner. Sets up for a big boot. Pulls her right back up, though. No stopping here by the devil herself. And that's vintage shades of Zach Cage. Big ol' F-U. What a kick out by Gabriel, the new leader of the Killjoy Club. And imagine being Amelia Jones right now. Stevie Gabriel's other half unable to do anything again. There can be no interferences in this matchup, as per the deal between Shay Hoxton and Ellie Quinn. Gabriel just gonna run Quinn down. Quinn's already, I mean, guys, Morgan has got to be watching this right now, licking his chops. Ellie Quinn, she'll be lucky to limp into the main event. I just don't know how anybody could think Ellie Quinn's going to leave Toronto, Ontario. Still, the undisputed champion, Vintage Quinn here. Big boot off of that backbreaker. Followed up with some nasty punches directly to the face. Both women already bleeding here. It did not take long at all. And Ellie Quinn is all over Stevie Gabriel here, man. Stomp to the gut. She flips her over for a stomp to the ankle. Again, you see our referee here, Murphy, keeping his distance. He does not want to get stuck between these two, man. That's a good way of getting your head taken off. We're going to go under the ring. Plenty to play with under there. A kendo stick, but Stevie Gabriel able to quickly roll to her feet. Big kick across the chest and a hook of the leg here. 1, 2, no, not even a 2 count. More of a 1.999 there from Gabriel, but now it's Ellie Quinn who's going to roll out of the way. These two know each other so well. Years together on the road. Ellie Quinn brought Stevie Gabriel off the streets, gave her a home, and Gabriel repaid her by stabbing her in the back. More back breakers. Quite apropos there. 3 of them, as a matter of fact, puts Gabriel down, but not for long. Quinn going to pull her to her feet. Oh, and Ellie Quinn might be looking for that modified long road home. Gabriel going to escape, though. Again, these two know each other. They were like sisters. Now the brainbuster attempt. Quinn counters that with a knee to the top of Stevie's head. Both of them just tried to end this matchup right there. Neither successful, though. As you can see, guys, these two are more willing to fight at ringside than in the ring. Taking a spill on the floor is going to be less impactful, do less damage than in that ring on those exposed boards. And into the pin here by Ellie Quinn off another pump kick, but a kick out by Stevie Gabriel. Now Quinn going to pick up that kendo stick, puts it to use right to the knee. Payback, of course, at the end of last season. Stevie Gabriel, the rest of the Killjoy calling a pack of hyenas. Oh my God! Looking for the stomp! The stomp on the floor! Can Ellie end this? 1, 2, no! How did Stevie kick out of that? Big stomp on the outside of the ring. But Gabriel, oh, she is gushing blood. She might have a broken nose after that. Look at the blood all over the floor here. Disgusting scenes to kick off Climb to famous Gabriel, though, somehow still conscious. Gonna go after the legs. Cloverleaf here. Targeting that wounded knee, as I was about to say before that stop. The Killjoy Club nearly ripping off Ellie Quinn's leg at the end of last season. Seriously injuring her knee, keeping her out of action for weeks. We thought it was going to be months, but that's the resolve of Ellie Quinn. She does not quit as now she looks to throw perhaps Gabriel back into the ring, but instead almost went right into the side of the barricade here. As we get closer to the timekeeper's area. Nobody is safe, man. As these two go to war under the ring now. A light tube throws it! The light tube thrown! And Ellie Quinn in a twist of fate now! Down onto the floor. 1, 2, but a kick out. Stevie is continuing to gush blood. Ellie Quinn too. We knew this was going to be graphic. This matchup not for the faint of heart. Oh my God. Russian leg sweep into the barricade, the steel barricade. Ellie Quinn's back could have broken right there. Oh, and a gouge to the eyes. High knee to the upper back. Another pin attempt quickly here by Gabriel. This will be the biggest win of Stevie's career. Pinning the undisputed world champion. And now thrown right into the side of the steel steps. Ribs could be cracked. But look at Ellie. Ellie, how does she do this? How is she still standing? But Stevie, jumping neckbreaker down onto the floor. Look, I might not like Ellie Quinn, but even I can respect the determination. Oh, now a trash can. Who brought the bloody brick? Chris Andrews out here. Slammed right off that steel trash can. I thought Chris Andrews was scheduled for that triple threat ladder match later tonight. He's making a surprise appearance here in this one. Thrown down on the floor, guys. Look at Stevie. Stevie is covered in her blood, in Ellie's blood. It's looking like a Quentin Tarantino movie out here. Big spine buster. And now it's Stevie sent careening right into the side of the steel steps as Gabriel lays face down in a pool of her own blood, covering her chest, her waist. It's all over the floor, all over the steel steps. This is our first match of the night. Big knee to the side of the head. Oh my God, Ellie Quinn. Fire in her eyes. Bloodlust. Oh, face first. Down onto the floor. Smears of blood all over the place. Back under the ring. Ellie now. Barbed wire baseball bat to the shoulder. Jesus Christ. And into the pin. 1, 2. Stevie kicks out. Ellie now drenched in blood too. Is it mostly her blood? Is it mostly Stevie's? I do not know. But Ellie here from behind. Full Nelson into the face buster. Could that finally do it? 1, 2. No! How did Gabriel kick out? Even Ellie looking around, eyes wide. Oh my God, she's gonna do it again. Ellie's gonna do it again. Another stop. Ball Stevie! Counters it this time. Into a cutter on the way down. A last-ditch effort there by Gabriel to save herself from potentially having her skull caved in by Ellie Quinn. And now Stevie Gabriel. Oh my God. Brain buster! Onto the floor. It's over. 1, 2. What? Gabriel. Immediately though, picking Ellie back up. Keeping on top of the undisputed world champion. Around the ring. Blood absolutely everywhere. As Gabriel goes for the kendo stick now. Gonna bring it down across the knee. The injured knee. And again, a third time. Ellie Quinn looks to be out. Stevie Gabriel's not content. A second brain buster. Count to 100. 1, 2. What? Ain't no way. Gabriel frantic as she throws Ellie Quinn. Ooh, hit her head off the bottom of that steel trash can. Stevie Gabriel egging Ellie on. Oh, again goes for the eyes. Back suplex. Dropping Ellie right on her neck on the floor here into a pool of blood. Big kick across the chest. Come on, Ellie. Just stay down. Just stay down, Ellie. And Stevie Gabriel at last puts down the undisputed world champion. And how does Ellie Quinn now walk into the main event to defend her undisputed world championship against a fresh Morgan? Ellie lost probably a good couple of pints of blood. In what world is it imaginable that Ellie Quinn stands a chance? She might have to be stretchered out to the ring for our main event. And Morgan might just have to pin her. Single boot on the chest. Gabriel finally, big kick, catching Ellie on the jaw after 2 brain busters on the floor. One of the, look at Stevie Gabriel, covered from head to toe in blood. A war we just witnessed. Stevie Gabriel left standing, barely. My God. Well, my friends, we had to give our ringside crew a chance there to clean up the ounces of blood covering the ringside area after what we just witnessed between Stevie Gabriel and Ellie Quinn. And Quinn helped to the back by our medical crew. She's going to get checked on, try to recover the best that she can, guys, for our main event later on, where she must defend her undisputed world championship against Morgan. She has to. That was the deal. It doesn't matter. 2 broken legs, a missing arm, a caved-in skull. Ellie Quinn has to show up in the main event and defend the undisputed world championship. But until we get to our main event, my friends, we have a whole lot to look forward to in between. And it is our first ladder match of the evening, as 6 women about to compete for the opportunity to challenge Maggie Shaw for her Rising Star Championship. Maggie Shaw, who of course still to come here tonight, goes one-on-one with Ruby Cage. And what does Ruby Cage have to be thinking right now? I'm sure she's in the medical room with the doctors checking on Ellie Quinn. How does she now prepare for Maggie Shaw later tonight after seeing what just happened to Ellie Quinn? Chloe Marks ready to go, as is Ashley McKay. Both of these women are part of a fatal 4-way matchup on the go-home edition of Shockwave, which was won by Dallas Cole. Ashley McKay looking for her first shot at singles championship gold here in CMV. Chloe Marks, who has had opportunities in the past but has never won a singles championship, never a tag team championship. We always talk about that men's Mount Rushmore, you know, the superstars who have never held a world championship, or probably should have by now, the amount of time they've been in CMV. I think if we started a women's Mount Rushmore, Chloe Marks would surely have to be on there. But Chloe Marks said this is going to be her season. And she kicked things off on the right foot, qualifying for this Rising Star ladder match. I don't know how one can properly prepare for a ladder match, though. Obviously, no countouts, no disqualifications. You can't win by pin, you can't win by submission. You got to climb the ladder, you got to unhook the briefcase that inside holds that contract for a shot at the Rising Star Championship. And perhaps the biggest unknown in this matchup, the unorthodox Fig. You know, I talked a couple of times in these last few weeks about this lineup. It's really like a great array of the women's division. You've got the stalwarts like Quinn Bell, like Chloe Marks. You got those who have been here for a while now, like Ashley McKay, like Dallas Cole. And then you've got the newcomers who only debuted this season, have only been around for a few weeks, like Fig and like Giovanna Vance. But only one woman's going to climb the ladder, guys. Only one woman is going to earn that Rising Star Championship opportunity. And Fig, unfortunately, tasting defeat for the first time just a couple of nights ago in Octane in that tag team matchup where she teamed with Brina Story in losing effort to Giovanna and Cassidy. But what a way to bounce back. If she can be the one standing on top of that ladder with that contract in her hands at the end of this matchup. And for the first time, though, guys, Giovanna is not going to have the ringside support of her BFF nor her significant other. Cassidy Vance and Jeremiah Carter not out here for moral support. Giovanna Vance, undefeated here in CMV. But this is obviously very different from a one-on-one match or a tag team match. Look how she just twirls right past that ladder, though. Obviously, there's no fear being presented by Giovanna Vance here. And I talked about it, too, I think, on Octane. For Giovanna Vance and Quinn Bell, I think they're the two favorites in this matchup. Because of their height, their long legs, they should be able to get up those ladders a lot quicker. And anything can happen in a ladder match. And on top of that, what these 6 women are surely willing to do, put their bodies on the line for that championship match. I'm sure as Maggie Shaw gets ready to face Ruby Cage later on tonight, she's backstage in her locker room watching this one closely. And the winner will be waiting for her in a couple of weeks on Shockwave Rising Star Championship match. Dallas Cole, guys, is coming into this one with a lot of momentum on her side. She's undefeated so far this season. Like I said before, she won that Fatal 4-Way match on the go-home edition of Shockwave. Big win. And now going to try to ride that wave to a victory right here tonight. I also saw her a couple nights ago on Octane playing the role of coach, helping Thea secure her first victory here in CMV. And last but not least, the odds-on favorite, without a doubt here, pardon me, the woman who last year at this event climbed her fame, won a 6-woman ladder match. And on that night, she won the Rising Star Championship. This year, she looks to earn a shot at the championship she's already held once. The Rebel Queen, Quinn Bell. So here we go, 6 women. 1 contract hanging high above the ring. Plenty of ladders. Chaotic as always. Our ladder matches and the bell rings. Here we go. Skirmishes at the start. Giovanna gonna go right for a ladder. She's not playing around. Look, I mean, you don't want to be out here all night in a ladder match. That's how you get your back broken. The goal's got to be to win as quickly as humanly possible. But at the same time, as we talked about, look at Giovanna taking out Chloe Marks and Fig in one fell swoop with the steel ladder. As now she slides into the ring. Giovanna, guys, she's got the strategy here. Giovanna has set up the ladder, and she's already up top. Giovanna's going for the briefcase. She can't get her hand on it, though. Damn, we almost had this one ending in a matter of moments. Giovanna Vance said, I ain't out here to have an instant classic. I'm out here to win. I'm out here to earn a Rising Star Championship match. But unfortunately got stopped. Not going to be that easy. Pele kick to Fig. Puts her down as now Giovanna goes for Ashley McKay. Trying to drag her to the corner. We already got 2 ladders in the ring. Dallas Cole waiting for her shot here. As we see the strength of Chloe Marks at ringside running. Power slam on the floor to Quinn Bell. Dallas Cole with some repeated headbutts takes down Vance. McKay from behind. Needed a gut kick across the chest. Nice elbow now takes her down to her knees. And indeed delivered right to the side of the head. The only woman, guys, in this matchup to hold championship gold in CMV is Quinn Bell. A former Women's World Champion, former Rising Star Champion, former Women's Tag Team Champion. Dallas Cole now setting up the ladder, guys. Dallas Cole to the top of the ladder. Here comes Fig looking to stop her. Can she push over the ladder? Yes, she can. I wasn't sure if Fig was going to be powerful enough, but she manages to top of the ladder, sends Cole down to the outside of the ring. Nice high kick there by Giovanna Vance, putting those long legs of hers to good use. Oh, I'm stomping on Chloe's arm as it was pinched against the ladder. Looked like it might have been dislocated there. Quinn Bell just coming off the ropes, vintage. Missing whatever she was trying for. Guys, Chloe Marks might have a dislocated shoulder, and that's if she's lucky. Oh my God. Oh God, she missed it barely. A couple of inches, man. Fig would have landed on top of that ladder right on her lower back. As now Chloe takes out Ashley McKay. Here comes Quinn Bell with a big boot. Again, Quinn Bell won a 6-woman ladder match last year here at Climb to Fame. Dallas Cole taking out a table. This is a ladders match, but well, there's no disqualification, so you can do as you please. Table now set up at ringside. Nowhere safe in a ladder match. But you gotta be willing Do whatever it takes and put your body on the line to win a match like this. It shows how much you really want it. How much do you want to be a champion? How badly do you want the opportunity? Look at Quinn Bell. To the top now, a moonsault. Barraging Chloe Marks, but leaves herself open. Ashley McKay from behind, now a moonsault. At ringside, we got Dallas Cole handling business. Taking out Fig and Giovanna Vance. Here comes Chloe Marks. As McKay tries to pick up the ladder. Off the rope she goes. Beautiful disaster kick to the back of Quinn Bell's head. And Vance gonna go ribs first into the side of the steel steps there. Well, triple bounce looking for another moonsault, but McKay seen it coming. Able to get out of the way as now she sends Quinn Bell off the ropes. Pop up, knee to the gut, a kick right to the back of the head. Where's Fig taking Dallas Cole meanwhile? Oh, Ashley McKay has set up the ladder. McKay's going up top. McKay gonna reach for the briefcase. Fig gonna try to push it over. She fails, but Quinn Bell succeeds. Quinn Bell. Oh, Chloe Marks is trying to put Giovanna Vance through the table at ringside. Vance able to reverse. They're going back and forth here. Oh, wait a minute. That tequila sunrise right in the middle of the ring. Now, obviously, you can't win this match by submission, though. No submissions, no pinfalls, but it is a great strategy to try and incapacitate your opponent. Vintage Chloe Marks. Again, Fig very nearly slammed on top of the ladder. She keeps getting very, very lucky so far. We'll see if that keeps up, though. Uh-oh. This could be vintage Quinn Bell right here. The Rebel Queen up to the top, looking for that superplex. Dallas Cole just waiting for a shot. Kicks Quinn Bell across the chest, sends her to ringside. Now setting up the ladder in the corner here. Giovanna has brought the table into the ring now. Fig rolling up on her. Gonna take her for a walk over to the ropes. Quinn Bell grabs a kendo stick. Like I said, this might be a ladder match, but you can do whatever it takes to win this matchup. So she tries to throw that kendo stick to Ashley McKay at Fig, who was able to dodge it, though. Nice reflexes by Fig. The bisexual Kraken who came to CMV in search of guys, gals, and glory might find her glory right here tonight, but well, not right now after that DDT from Quinn Bell. Oh, now Quinn with a trifecta of single knee backbreakers. Hey, you got a broken back, you ain't gonna be climbing a ladder. Boy, Mark's trying to set up the table there, having a tough time doing so, though. Steel chair in the ring, too. This might as well be a TLC match at this rate. Big forearm to the back of Quinn Bell's head there by Dallas Cole. But Ashley McKay trying for maybe a running power slam. Nice elbow to escape. Big forearm smash from Dallas Cole. Giovanna, though, with a Troy Cole-esque super kick. That's now going for the ladder. Yes, Giovanna. Remember, right? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Top killer on top of the table. But Chloe Marks going right after McKay. Gonna guillotine her on that bottom rope. Giovanna Vance is out. Top killer on top of the table there. Dallas Cole and continue to attack Giovanna, throwing her out of the ring. Now if she's got a kendo stick. Chloe Marks into the corner. Dallas Cole back in. Trying to creep up on Quinn Bell here. Big forearm to the side of the head. Fig's going for the ladder. Fig says, all right, enough of this. Let me try to win real quick. She sets up the ladder perfectly, but Dallas Cole stands in her way. Fig able to throw her down with a hip toss. Get up there, Fig. Get up there, Fig. Lickety split. Fig's up top. Oh, but Quinn Bell. Everybody back in to stop Fig. They're working together, and Fig going to take quite a nasty fall. And then falls out onto the ladder. Running power slam again countered. This time by Giovanna Vance. Dallas Cole! Dallas Cole's up top! But Giovanna Vance able to push over the ladder. Giovanna Vance, right place, right time there. To stop Dallas Cole. Beautiful springboard paint leg kick by Giovanna. I think Chloe Marks has taken the nastiest shots by far in this matchup, especially that stomp. Oh, but Vance! Well, just as I say that, Vance landing back first on the ladder there. Chloe Marks giving Ashley McKay a whopping right here. My goodness, lefts and rights, but Dallas Cole in. Picks her up. Snake eyes! And no soft landing as Chloe gonna fall across the ladder. This is not good. Oh my God. Oh, DDT on the ladder! Chloe Marks is dead. Rest in peace, Chloe Marks. Oh, but Dallas Cole catching the back of her knees on the ladder right there. We might need to get paramedics out here for Chloe Marks. She just got her skull caved in. A DDT on that ladder. Fig's got a ladder in the ring. Ashley McKay, though. How is Chloe Marks back up already? This woman is unreal. The toughness of, oh my God, Giovanna Vance just threw the table. Gotta be a good 12 feet there. Right in the face of Dallas Cole. Not too often you see a giant table go flying, and there's Fig with that dragon twist. Took out Vance. Ladder set up, Chloe Marks. Gonna try to get up it, but Dallas Cole not gonna let it happen. Nice jumping cutter there by Cole. Good bell. Back to the backbreakers. Big boot. Cole bleeding here. I think that table might have cut her open. Oh, nice X-Plex. Quinn, where are you going? Quinn should have tried to get up that ladder. Oh, maybe she heard me. She might have heard me. Yes, Quinn. Up the ladder. Somebody go up the ladder. This is a perfect opportunity. Oh, Giovanna! Getting thrown face first right to the side of the ladder. But look at that, she gets right back up. How about the toughness of this young woman? As Dallas Cole looks to deliver. That spinning reverse STO. She goes up the ladder. What is Giovanna doing? Guys, I think Giovanna might be asleep on her feet right now. Luckily, Fig is there to stop Dallas Cole. We might need to get someone out here to check on Giovanna Vance. She got thrown head first to the side of the ladder, guys. And oh my God, here comes Fig. Fig! Gonna make it worse. Thanks, Fig. Steel chair shot to the face. Well, that might have cured Giovanna Vance. Oh, here comes Ashley McKay. Got a kendo stick. These 6 women brutalizing each other, all for an opportunity to challenge Maggie Shaw for the Rising Star Championship. Big in the ring. Here comes Dallas Cole too. Steel chair being wielded. Fig gonna get paid back for what she did to Vance a couple of minutes ago. As Chloe Marks delivers a torture rack power bomb. Everybody in the ring, well, not for long. There goes McKay to the outside. Quinn Bell gonna join her. Giovanna Vance going down. Dallas Cole taken out. Chloe Marks is going to the corner. Ashley McKay standing between she and Fig though. Watch out, McKay. She's gonna let Chloe Marks hit that forearm to the back of the head. Big headbutt from Chloe. I don't know about using your own head as a weapon after she almost had her skull cracked wide open. Oh, cop killer! Cop killer! On the chair and the ladder! Chloe Marks, we hardly knew you. May you rest in peace as Fig. Fig made it up top, but Giovanna Vance trying to stop her. Fig able to shoo her away. Giovanna, can she push over the ladder? Yes, she can. Down goes Fig. Unbelievable. Giovanna Vance bleeding. Looks like from the bridge of her nose, she's been cut open. Oh, nice sit-up face buster. Giovanna picking up the ladder. Here comes Dallas Cole, though, as Chloe Marks. I do not know how Chloe Marks is still alive, let alone continuing to compete in this matchup. She got hit with 2 cop killers. That last one on the steel chair and the ladder. Oh, what's Fig looking for here? Fig stalking Dallas Cole. Kicked her right up the ass. And a little sort of leg drop DDT. That's going to take care of Cole. Fig sees her opening, sees her opportunity. Can Fig do it? To the top! Fig's gonna do it! Fig's gonna do it! But Giovanna Vance again continuing to be the thorn in Fig's side. And payback for Dallas Cole. A DDT there to Fig. Table been set up at ringside again. That table's getting a lot of play in this matchup. Giovanna Vance not quick enough. Oh my God. Oh my God. Spinning reverse STO on the ladder. Giovanna Vance taken out perhaps for the remainder of this match. Dallas Cole with some serious brutality exhibited there. That's what you got to do in a match like this though. Big discus punch by McKay. Not a soft landing. Yeah, McKay's taking out everybody. Making sure that ladder is firmly set up. Giovanna Vance is back in already. 8-second ride to Ashley McKay. Vance goes for the ladder. Fig's getting back up though. Fig gonna take it from her. As she throws it down in the corner. Giovanna Vance trying to run her down. Fig's ready though. Power from Fig with a big belly-to-belly overhead. Oh, the ladder's gonna fall on top of Fig. Chloe Marks is back in. Yeah, not a single one of these women is leaving here tonight without some bumps, some bruises, potentially some cracked ribs. Look at this, Chloe Marks and Fig now working together to take out Ashley McKay. Giovanna Vance locking those arms. Takes out Quinn Bell. With that straight jacket swinging neck breaker now. Backstabber to Chloe Marks. Ashley McKay going to throw Dallas out onto the apron. Giovanna Vance using the ladder to take down Ashley McKay. Sets up the ladder. Vance going to try to make it up top. Dallas Cole with a punch to the back of her knee. Knocks her down before she really even starts to climb. Chloe! Chloe! Oh, Quinn Bell with that Death Valley bomb. And going to play Dallas's face like the bongo drums. McKay's going up top. McKay's going to the top of the ladder. Quinn Bell! Quinn Bell stops her. Can she stop Ashley McKay in time? McKay's got it. Ashley McKay earns the Rising Star Championship match. Quinn Bell inadvertently costing herself and everyone else this matchup. Ashley McKay getting up that ladder with the quickness. As Giovanna Vance was trying to stop her, Quinn Bell came rolling in. Took out Vance, but then didn't have enough time to get up to the top of the ladder herself. McKay able to unhook that briefcase, guys. And we've got ourselves a new #1 contender. What a brutal match that was. I mean, well and truly, all 6 of these women left everything on the line. Chloe Marks might have shaved a few years off of her career. Here was towards the end of the match. That's where Ashley McKay climbed up the ladder, but it looks like Quinn Bell was trying to go for the kendo stick, maybe throw it at Ashley McKay to knock her off, but McKay was quick. And now Ashley McKay punches her ticket to a Rising Star Championship match with Maggie Shaw in a couple of weeks on Shockwave. And speaking of Maggie Shaw, my friends, up next, the Rising Star champion goes one-on-one with little Ruby Cage. And what just might be one of the biggest mismatches in CMV history, but Ruby Cage has nobody to blame for this happening except herself. She stuck her nose where it didn't belong a couple of weeks back, that no disqualification match between Maggie Shaw and Ellie Quinn. And as a result, Shay Hoxton forced her into this matchup. And we pondered earlier, what must the current mental condition of Ruby Cage be after what she saw Stevie Gabriel do to her sister Ellie Quinn earlier tonight. Ruby Cage spending the last 20 minutes or so in the medical room by the side of Ellie Quinn, who of course still in our main event will defend the Undisputed World Championship against Morgan. And Ellie Quinn, nothing that she could do here even if she wanted to. Physically incapable of helping out Ruby Cage here. I mean, Ellie Quinn, I was kind of joking when I said she might have to be stretchered into the ring for our main event, but after what we saw at the top of the show, that genuinely might be the case. And Maggie Shaw, the Rising Star champion, who we now know in a couple of weeks on Shockwave will defend that championship of hers against Ashley McKay moments ago, winning that Rising Star ladder match. But Maggie, for good reason, the odds-on favorite to be victorious, because this really isn't going to be a match. I mean, this is like pitting an amateur fighter, their debut, against a multi-time world champion, and saying, let's see what happens. Ruby Cage has had one match here in CMV a couple of months ago, and it didn't even have a proper ending. She was getting her ass kicked by Stevie Gabriel for the vast majority of it until Ellie Quinn interfered. Like I said before, that's not going to be the case here tonight. Even if Ellie Quinn could physically interfere here, Shay Hoxton said, you do that, there will be serious repercussions. So here we go. You know, I said that match between Gabriel and Quinn, no ropes, no canvas, anything else, that would be hard to watch. I think this one's going to be hard to watch for a different reason. But look at Ruby Cage, though. Comes out swinging as soon as the bell rings. Oh, got to respect the fire there, but now into the collar double tie-up. And Maggie Shaw's going to shove her back. Yeah, obviously, height advantage, weight advantage. Go to Maggie Shaw, who now drops Cage. Stomp to the elbow and loading up for a punch right to the side of the head. Over the quick kick by Cage. Look, Ruby Cage isn't necessarily a total lost cause. She's been on the road with Ellie Quinn for years, been training. Has watched Ellie Quinn. You can't be ringside for that many matches with someone the caliber of Ellie Quinn and not at least pick up something. But again, rolling off the lower back. This is the leg drop, though. Maggie Shaw does not miss with hers. Leg drop across the back of the head by Deadeye. Ooh, now maybe it looks to lock in a submission, but Ruby's quick to get through the legs. Oh my God, it might be setting her up for a tiger faking. No, it said, I was going to say, God damn, but that's a nasty knee to the side of the head right there. As Ruby Cage tries to rally these fans here in Toronto, Ontario. Back in, Maggie catches a collar and elbow. Once more, Cage does not stand a chance at overpowering Maggie Shaw, who delivers a European uppercut right to the back of the head. Tries to flip her around. Ruby Cage lying in wait, able to shove her back. And runs Maggie down. Shoulder block right there. And a stop to the chest. I don't know that Ellie Quinn is even conscious yet in that medical room, if she's even able to be watching this matchup. And if she is, What must she be thinking that she could do nothing here to help her little sister? The only person in this world that matters to her in this situation because she helped Ellie Quinn. Stop to the knee as Ruby starts to show off her wrestling prowess. Even going to follow Maggie Shaw to ringside. There's a punch. Repeated blows to the upper back. Double accident. Oh my goodness. She's giving Maggie Shaw all that she can handle, though. Props. As now she throws the Rising Star champion down onto the floor. Rapid fire kicks to the face. I did not expect this. It would be completely transparent, 100%. I thought this match would maybe last a couple of minutes. Ruby Cage, though, with that reverse DDT on the floor. Oh, Maggie, nice trip up and big right hands. All it takes is one for Maggie Shaw. One of those right hands to track you across the jaw and put you to sleep. Oh, now round and round we go. TKO on the floor. Splat goes Ruby Cage. Nice count of the Irish whip, though. Ruby gonna jump back into the ring. Trying to count of 7 here. Maggie better get back up. 8. The Rising Star champion beating the count, but barely, and Ruby waiting for her as she gets back into the ring with that jumping clothesline. Oh, just told her to go fuck herself. I'm not sure. Ruby. Oh, flapjack! And Maggie says, wait a minute, wait a minute. She, most of all, was not ready for this. Big knee in the corner. Shining Wizard in a Bulldog combo. Ruby Cage is rolling here at Climb to Fame. Well, now she doesn't know what to do. There's the inexperience. Does she try to go for the pin? Does she try to... What's she doing here? What the... Oh my... Modified STF! Modified STF locked in! She's wrenching! But Maggie, a few elbows to the side of the head, gets herself free. The champion trying to wake herself up, delivering the air raid siren. And now gonna mock Ruby Cage. Right to the back of the head. Insult to injury by the Rising Star champion. Oh no. Oh no. Pile driver. And Maggie says that's not enough. This is what you get for meddling in my affairs. Right hook between the eyes. 1, 2, 3. The fans are on their feet, but Maggie, another pin, she's not having it. She can't believe it, and a kick out of 1 this time. As Ruby Cage is bleeding, but still standing on her own to beat Maggie Shaw. Good God, bashing this kid's head in. Tries to shake it off, Ruby Cage. You can't go toe-to-toe, you can't throw fists with Maggie Shaw. Runs her down, no Luthez press, and some right hands now from Cage. There's still life left. There's still a fight to be fought by Ruby Cage. That straight right hook has taken down some of the absolute best of the best in the CMV women's division. It's won Maggie Shaw world titles. And Ruby Cage took it on her chin like a champ. But now Maggie, look at the cockiness, the ego, but Ruby Cage suckers her in. Tied up, super kick between the legs. Maggie Shaw trying to get the hell out of here. She's got to stop playing with Ruby Cage. It's evident at this point, Ruby Cage has shown up. Oh my God, look at Maggie Shaw, could not believe it. Eyes wide, jaw dropped, the fire. Big drop by Ruby Cage. On into the steel steps goes the Rising Star champion now. Ruby Cage trying to get a bit cheeky now with Maggie Shaw. I don't know that that's the play. That's the best idea. Count him 6 here. Just fight back into the ring. Ruby Cage thrown down onto the floor. Shaw, look at this. Almost trying to maybe show mercy to Ruby Cage, saying, take the count out, lost, kid. But Ruby Cage refuses to do so. Gets back into the ring and pays for it. Bam! A second right hook. 1, 2, 3, and that does it. Maggie Shaw was most certainly not ready for such a fight to be. Oh no, Maggie Shaw's got a steel chair. Deadeye's not done. Nothing else. Xander Slate! What the? Xander Slate has come to the rescue for Ruby Cage. What? Xander Slate, of all people, just saved Ruby Cage when no one else could and drove off Maggie Shaw. What? I'm speechless. Ruby Cage potentially moments away from having her, if she's lucky, only her career ended by Maggie Shaw and Xander Slate, who, for those that might not know, kidnapped Ruby Cage only a few months ago, is now her savior here tonight. Well, I most certainly would not have had Xander Slate being Ruby Cage's savior here at Climb to Fame on my bingo card, but that's what we just saw. As Ruby Cage, when Ellie Quinn wasn't there for her, Xander Slate stopping Maggie Shaw from potentially sending Ruby Cage to the local hospital. The show goes on, and up next, my friends, the Global Championship. You saw a glimpse there a moment ago, hanging high above the ring, as this triple threat matchup, ladder match for the Global Championship. And there is the undisputed greatest global champion of all time, 3-time global champion, longest reigning global champion of all time, most defenses of the Global Championship, and here tonight looks to make it 4-time global champion. And of course, one half of the Octane Tag Team Champions as well. No Emmett Jones by the side of Aaron Stone here tonight, however, as the wrestling pretty boy, the leader of Octane, looks to make even more history. It was a couple nights ago on Octane, guys. We were set for a massive all-star trios match in our main event when chaos broke out backstage. A huge brawl between Bob Luger Jeremy Barmore, Ahmed, and this man who I came to find out started the whole thing, and since I've levied some hefty fines against not just Ahmed, but Chris Andrews as well. And it was only by the grace of Bob Luger, because I was ready, guys, to take Chris Andrews out of this matchup. I will not allow chaos on my show on Octane. I will not let down Shay Hoxton. But Bob Luger told me, don't do that. Don't take him out of the match. Because if he somehow manages to win, I want to be the one to rip that championship out of his hands. And so, honestly, Chris Andrews should be writing Bob Luger a thank you note. Because if I had it my way, I might have even fired Chris Andrews. The Bloody Brit, who of course won the Global Championship Tournament to earn his spot in this matchup. Not exactly the forte of Chris Andrews, a ladder match. Doesn't play to his strengths, but that doesn't necessarily mean he should be counted out. And of course, what a surprise here. Not showing up for the first special event of the new season sober. I'm this close to enacting a sobriety rule on Octane as well. Then we'll see how Chris Andrews fares. Chris Andrews talked about it when he was our guest on What's the 411 CMV a couple weeks back. That's returning to CMV a couple years ago after a 4-year hiatus. He won the King of the Ring tournament. Won the World Tag Team titles a couple of times. But the World Championship eludes him. Former undisputed World Champion. Former Alpha World Champion. 6 years nearly since Chris Andrews last held a World Championship here in CMV. Will that change here tonight in Toronto, Ontario, Canada? A part of me is hoping so, just so that I can watch as Bob Luger rips his arm off and takes that championship from him. But of course, the defending champion here, John Reed, also a guest on What's the 411 CMV a couple weeks ago. Talked about his journey to finally becoming a world champion here in CMV. Years and years. Failed opportunities slipping through his fingers. And finally, at the end of last season, the championship scramble at Final Stand, he became global champion. But now in his first defense, not only is it a triple threat match, but a ladder match. Won't have to be pinned or submitted to lose his championship here tonight. John Reed knows full well, though, what he's in for. And is ready for a fight here at Climb to Fame. And a fight he will get for the Global Championship, hanging high above the ring. No countouts, no disqualifications. No pins, no submissions. Climb that ladder, unhook the championship, and you are the champion. So here we go. Aaron Stone immediately going for a ladder, pulling the Giovanna Vance from the Rising Star ladder match we saw earlier tonight. As Chris Andrews and John Reed fight at ringside, Aaron Stone, he's not here for a match, he's here to win. Aaron Stone set up the ladder. Hello! Aaron Stone, John Reed's like, wait a minute. Chris, oh my God, Chris! What are you doing? Andrews, hello! Bloody Brit, hello! John Reed, like, what are you doing, man? Thank God. Oh, powerbomb! Onto the ladder. Chris Andrews maybe had one logger too many before coming out here tonight. He almost just cost himself and John Reed this matchup. And Aaron Stone, I love Aaron Stone. He doesn't give a damn. He goes right back up the ladder. but unfortunately takes the tumble yet again. He's not for John Reed. This match will be over, my friends. And there's Aaron Stone right back into the ring, immediately going to set up the ladder a third time. Now Chris Andrews realizes, oh, this is a ladder match. Maybe I should stop him from trying to climb the ladder. Oh, bloody Brit. Oh, yeah, and Andrews, it looks like he was thinking about climbing. And there he goes. As John Reed takes out Aaron Stone with a reverse DDT. Bloody Brit's up top. That championship dangling, swinging back and forth. It's hard to grab hold of. Off the ropes with Aaron Stone. Might I say, by the way, love Aaron Stone's boots here. We might have borrowed those from Danielle Davis. Chris Andrews, who has fully understood now that this is a ladder match, up on the top. John Reed hasn't realized it. He's busy playing around with Aaron Stone. Britt's up top. John Reed, or maybe I should rather say Zach Angel. Oh, and Aaron Stone now to the top. But John Reed able to push the ladder over. As Britt from behind. Repeated elbows to the chest. And now, my God, on top of the ladder! John Reed now pops right back up. And that's pure instinct and nothing else as the champion gets dumped to the outside. And now, oh, Andrews with the Dragon Sleeper. Remember though, can't win this match by submission. You gotta climb the ladder. You gotta unhook the championship. John Reed taking the ladder into the corner as Aaron Stone with a Death Valley driver. Big knee takes out John Reed as now Stone really showing off his strength right now. Chris Andrews out of the military press, dropped across the ladder there. Trying to take Reed into the corner, elbows low to the side of the head. Tossed out of the corner as Britt sets up the ladder. John Reed pushing the ladder over. Off the ropes he goes. Neck twist. Springboard moonsault. What's Aaron Stone looking for under the ring? Another ladder. Sir, a second ladder has been introduced. As John Reed picks up his, Aaron Stone with a kendo stick. But John Reed doesn't give him the chance to utilize it. Knee across the jaw. And now an Irish whip sends the Bloody Brit into the corner as John Reed goes for the other ladder. Aaron Stone to his feet. Reed gonna prop it up in the corner. Stone. Oh, a little bit of revenge from John Reed to Aaron Stone as Britt tries to grab hold of one of the ladders. Face first off the top turnbuckle, full steam ahead by the champion. Hell of a kick! Oh my God, this could be Reed's chance. Aaron Stone's down. The Bloody Brit is down. John Reed against the odds here at Climb to Fame. Can he do it? He's up top. Can he get a hold of the title? No, Chris Andrews shoving him off the ladder, and now it looks like Aaron Stone is about to take a trip. Oh, at the back of his head! Off the ladder and a third German suplex as Reed from behind with the kendo stick whacks the Bloody Brit right upside his head. Now the back of the ankle. Aaron Stone getting a little bit of loving too. Both of his challengers down. John Reed locked in here. Ball breaker by Chris Andrews. Trying to walk Reed here into the corner. Aaron Stone getting to his feet. He's feeling the effects of this matchup though. He's going to set up that ladder, guys, as Chris Andrews, vintage here with the British drive-by. Meanwhile, though, Stone, as quickly as he can, has made it to the top of the ladder. Aaron Stone just can't get a hold of the title. Able to shove Andrews back. Reed up top now. Reed's made it to the top as Andrews pushes the ladder over. Ooh, and Reed landed right on his wrist there. Andrews giving everybody a view before dropping Aaron Stone. with that old school style pile driver. And a dragon sleeper once more. This time locked in on John Reed. The global champion able to get out of it with 3 punches right to the eye. Forcing Andrews to release his hold. Aaron Stone's back at ringside. I think he's going for that other ladder. Clothesline chops down Reed as Stone to get that ladder back in the ring. Revenge! To John Reed, gets right back up! What? John Reed just shrugging off revenge like it was nothing! But Aaron Stone, guys, Aaron Stone's climbed the ladder again! But John Reed says, not so fast, buckaroo! Yanks him down, tries for a kick. Stone, though, just goes to the other side. He says, forget about you, man. Andrews and Reed working together, though, to stop Aaron Stone. Wrestling's pretty, boy. It might not be so pretty after this match. Again, John Reed going for the ladder here as Britt stands on spaghetti legs. Reed, I don't know if that ladder's really set up in a good enough position. Oh, now it's John Reed's turn to get hit with that pile driver. And Stone right back up the ladder. The Bloody Britt saying, what do you think you're doing, mate? Aaron Stone's a big guy, though. It took a little bit more from Chris Andrews to be able to push over the ladder there. Steel chair now in hand. John Reed with an elbow drop across the chest of Stone, but from behind, Chris Andrews, steel chair. Right to the head of John Reed, and Aaron Stone can get a shot as well, as Britt now mounts the greatest global champion of all time. Oh, that last elbow there, I think might have cut Stone open. Quick wrench to the arm! And Britt, chest and face first, pulled down onto the ladder. Here comes Bloody Britt. John Reed's brought on the table now, as Aaron Stone gets thrown face first into the rungs of the ladder. And all the fans on their feet for another pile driver from the Bloody Britt, Chris Andrews. I was going to say that might be a good opportunity for Britt to try and climb the ladder. Aaron Stone, though, starting to stir. Britt's going to throw him out onto the apron. Chris Andrews has made it to the top now. Andrews trying to... Oh, John Reed, what are you doing? Reed, what are you doing? Britt's got the title. Britt's got the title. Reed, what are you doing? Bloody Britt, Chris Andrews has done it. We have a new global champion. The Bloody Britt, Chris Andrews, is the new global champion. The man who I'm convinced the first 2 minutes of this matchup wasn't even aware that this was a ladder match. But in the end, John Reed made the same mistake that we saw Quinn Bell make earlier tonight. Remember, she also went for a weapon. I think it was even also a kendo stick. And that gave, just like I did Ashley McKay, Chris Andrews the time he needed to unhook the championship. As Aaron Stone was out cold. I cannot believe this. After 6 years, the Bloody Britt Chris Andrews is once again a world champion here in CMV. What a moment for the Bloody Britt. Aaron Stone can't believe it. And we can't see the reaction on John Reed's face because of the Zach Angel mask, but I can only imagine that he is disheartened about this. But for the Bloody Britt, the 6-year drought comes to an end. And now, Bob Luger has his eyes set on taking that global championship from Chris Andrews. But at least here tonight in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the local pubs had better make sure they're stocked up. I think it's going to be a party all night long for Chris Andrews and his pals. Well, guys, if you have not had enough ladder match action here tonight, we got you covered. Because it is our co-main event. The Climb to Fame contract ladder match. And speaking of our main event here tonight, my friends, I did just receive word a couple moments ago that Ellie Quinn has regained consciousness. She's been stitched up, patched up by our medical team. The best that they could do, given the circumstances, and is as ready as she possibly can be for our main event, defending her Undisputed World Championship against Morgan. But before we get there, guys, we find out who very well may be next in line, awaiting the winner of Morgan versus Ellie Quinn in our main event here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as the Climb to Fame contract ladder match goes down right here, right now. And Jack Wolf, the newest associate of Shay Hoxton, a few nights ago on Shockwave, unfortunately was stopped headfirst into the canvas by Ellie Quinn, but he's managed to shake that off and not looking to disappoint Shay Hoxton again. Always nice to have an insurance policy. If somehow Ellie Quinn does manage to leave our main event still the Undisputed World Champion, I don't even think I should have to really say that, because what's the real possibility? What are the real odds that Ellie Quinn finds a way to escape Climb to Fame still with the Undisputed World Championship in her possession? Shouldn't even have to acknowledge it. But if we do entertain this fairy tale for a moment, should Jack Wolf win this matchup, win the Climb to Fame contract, he can then, of course, cash in anytime, anywhere he wants for an Undisputed World Championship match. That's what these five men are fighting for here tonight, including, of course, the Zero-G champion, representing pure excellence, Jackson Drake, who, guys, I'm surprised even managed to make it here tonight. Was clear to compete in this matchup after what we saw a few nights ago on Shockwave, that brutal brawl in the arena parking lot, which I actually have gotten an update, guys, on the condition of Troy Colt. Looks like he's going to be out of action for at least a couple of weeks. I mean, if you didn't see that brawl, I suggest you don't go back and watch it. It was gruesome, and Troy Colt left in a pool of his own blood. He's going to be out of action for at least a couple of weeks, but luckily no serious injuries sustained to one half of the World Tag Team Champions, and same can be said for Jackson Drake and Kai Victory. Damn near everyone in this matchup is lucky to be able to compete in this matchup here tonight, because Kai Victor was a victim of that, I don't know, I would call it a mental breakdown, but it seems like Xander Slate, all he has is a series of mental breakdowns. But on Shockwave, we saw him attack Leon Valente, Women's World Champion Alice Blake. Yes, you are hearing me correctly there. Xander Slate attacked Alice Blake, and he attacked Kai Victory. So both Kai Victory and this man, Leon Valente, also lucky to be able to compete here tonight in this matchup. Leon Valente, who has had himself a rough few weeks after coming into this season red hot, qualifying by defeating Hunter Quinn, qualifying for this Crown Defend contract ladder match. We saw him take that harsh loss to Joseph Santos, one of the very few one-on-one losses on Leon Valente's record, and then again was attacked by Xander Slate a few nights ago on Shockwave. So Leon Valente is especially looking to turn his shitty luck around here tonight at Climb to Fame. The former Anarchy champion. Looking up at that briefcase, inside of it a contract that the winner can cash in, guys, anytime, anywhere that they want to, for an undisputed World Championship match. It could be here tonight. Up next, we have our main event. The Undisputed World Championship is on the line. Morgan challenges the corpse known as Ellie Quinn. And the winner of this, if they're in good enough condition, if they want to, could cash in during or after that match. And last but not least, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, a man who I'm sure is concerned about his tag team partner, his best friend Troy Colt. But there's nothing Blake Virtue can do about that now. Troy Colt's resting at home. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. Blake Virtue looks to make the most of this opportunity. Remember, Blake Virtue defeated Troy Colt to qualify for this matchup. Troy Colt laid down for Blake Virtue. And now Virtue looks to make sure that wasn't for nothing. Looks to spit in the face of Shay Hoxton and be the one to climb the ladder here tonight and to earn that contract. The Undisputed World Championship, a championship Blake Virtue has never held. A former NGW champion, multiple-time global champion. So here we go, my friends. The bell rings, and we get straight down to it. 5 men. One golden opportunity hanging up high inside of that briefcase. Who's going to make their climb to fame? As Jackson Drake, the first one to go for a ladder. Surely Blake Virtue, the fan favorite, no doubt, but I think the favorite across the board here. Just the veteran instincts he has, the experience. He's been a world champion. Nobody else in this match has held a world championship in CMV. Kai Victory, I think, is the dark horse. Of course, we saw him debut last season as a part of Old School, a tag team with Teddy Shaw. Newly on his own, says that he ditched Teddy Shaw, left him in the trailer park to venture out on his own. And so far, he's been very impressive. He defeated Xander Slate to qualify for this matchup. But he's still got a lot to prove. I think he's one to watch. As Jack Wolf, obviously, the new golden boy, the new toy Shay Hoxton's playing with. Look, I like Jack Wolf, don't get me wrong. The Wolf of Wall Street. There's only one loss in his record so far since debuting here in CMV. At the start of this new season, that loss, of course, was to Undisputed World Champion Ellie Quinn. This past episode of Shockwave. Digging out of that ring, Blake Virtue grabs himself a steel chair, as has been the trend of the night in our ladder matches. Not just ladders. Kendo sticks, chairs, tables too. Here's another chair brought in by Jackson Drake. And of course, Pure Excellence been going to war. If JT lost Tobias Jones and Pig Star this past month. There's Tobias Jones who took out both Jackson Drake and Troy Call in the parking lot on the go-home edition of Shockwave. Ooh, kitchen sink takes out Leon Valente, landing on top of the ladder there. As Blake Virtue's got himself a kendo stick. There you see that briefcase hanging high above the ring. All but guaranteed to be a future undisputed world champion as Blake Virtue just yeets Jackson Drake out of the ring. Taking out the garbage. This is Kai Victory and Leon Valente in the ring alone right now. Although it's not 100% guaranteed, my friends, because we have seen in CMV's past, people cash in contracts, Money in the Bank, Climb to Fame contract, Magnificent 8, and fail. Look at Blake Virtue, who's in this matchup. Hunter Quinn a few years back cashed in the Money in the Bank contract on Blake Virtue and lost. Nick Blake cashed in the Money in the Bank contract on Justin Sane and lost many, many years ago. But more often than not, the odds are in your favor if you pick your moment and pick it correctly. Jack Wolf's got a hold on Blake Virtue here. I wouldn't be surprised if Wolf was told by Shea Hoxie to try and take Blake Virtue out. Put him on the shelf alongside Troy Colt. A little side mission for Jack Wolf here in our co-main event. Blake Virtue got the ladder. Nobody has actually managed to climb the ladder yet. Jack Wolf might be the first. Oh, he's going to use the ladder to take out Blake Virtue, but then himself gets taken out by Kai Victory there with that chop block. And now it's going to be Victory setting up the ladder. Up to the top he goes quickly. Back of the ring is Jackson Drake. Drake takes up Blake Virtue as Jack Wolf tips over the ladder. Now Wolf like a gorilla just on top of Drake here, beating him down. Down to the outside goes Kai Victory. Ooh, Blake Virtue almost went through that table. Landed though on his knee quite awkwardly. Drake full steam ahead. Oh, nice. Diamond Cutter! To Kai Victory on the floor. Used to be an homage to his mentor, Chris Diamond. Now more of a direct insult than anything else. As Valente gets thrown into the corner here by Drake. Oh, steel chair just thrown at the head of Jack Wolf by Virtue. Kai Victory sliding into the ring, guys. The winner of last year's Climb to Fame contract ladder match, John Lipnick, went on to cash in successfully on Anthony Martin and become the undisputed world champion. Big knee there from Virtue. As meanwhile, Jack Wolf with a military press into a European uppercut. Oh, Virtue. Knee party, tried it twice, and twice he failed. And Jack Wolf has himself a little bit of an invisible force field, perhaps. Oh, and Wolf going for the budget cut. Irish whip now. Wolf goes into the corner. Kai Victory back into the ring. There's a scoop slam onto the ladder. Oh, Jack Wolf grabbing at his lower back. Virtue off the top. Knee party a third time forwarded by Wolf. But Victory's right there, taking out the knee. Oh, Virtue just loving to throw around that steel chair tonight. Jackson Drake busted open at this point. One more drop kick though sends Wolf out of the ring. Leon Valente. Oh, silencer! By Drake, but Valente from behind. Ripcord knee to the jaw. Drake didn't know what to hit him right there. There's Virtue at ringside. Gonna ram Wolf. Lower back first into the steel barricade and then tells Kai Victory to suck it. As in the ring, Valente has a steel ladder in hand. Looks like Jackson Drake's in the way though. Valente wants to set it up. Drake is occupying the middle of the ring though. Oh, dropping their knee party finally! Connects to Jack Wolf after numerous attempts by the best bout machine. Meteor to Valente. Kai Victory's back in. Ladders everywhere. Kendo stick, steel chair, table. A war. All for that Climb to Fame contract. A career changer. Especially for the likes of someone like Kai Victory. Someone like Jackson Drake. Someone like Leon Valente. Never been world champion here at CMV. Victory's got the ladder set up. He's going to start the clock. Valente! Choke slam! From off the top rope, see ya bye. Jackson Drake as Kai Victory. Kai Victory's got his hands in the briefcase. Holy shit, he's going to do it. Kai Victory's going to do it. Kai Victory's going to do it. Yes, holy shit. Kai Victory has won the Climb to Fame contract. Can you believe it? The Dark Horse picked his spot and now has a guaranteed, undisputed World Championship match anytime he wants, anywhere he wants it. Staying true to his surname, Kai Victory is victorious here. He has made his climb to fame. What a battle. And here Victory, as Leon Valente delivered this thunderous choke slam from off the top rope. Virtue tried to stop Victory. Everyone tried to stop Victory. But he persevered. The underdog, the dark horse, Kai Victory, victorious here at Climb to Fame. Well, my friends, we apologize for the delay, but I'm being told that Ellie Quinn needed help making it to the gorilla position to come out here for our main event. And as you can see, the undisputed world champion showing the effects of what transpired at the top of the show. The no ropes, no canvas, anything goes match, which was nothing short of an absolute war. And in the end, it was Stevie Gabriel who put Ellie Quinn down in a pool of her own blood to win that matchup. But as per the deal that was struck with Shay Hoxton, Ellie Quinn knew full well that no matter her condition after that match, 2 broken legs, a missing arm, maybe a ripped off ear, a couple of teeth knocked out, she would have to defend that undisputed world championship here in our main event. And I'm honestly surprised that she is actually managing to walk down the ramp, gotten into the ring on her own 2 feet. I said it earlier tonight, look, I don't discount the resolve of Ellie Quinn. There you see her shoulder, her chest heavily taped. The medical crew here at CMV did the best they could to stitch her up. The amount of blood that she lost against Stevie Gabriel at the top of the show, I mean, if I saw that much blood, I would think the person who lost it would be dead. And now somehow Ellie Quinn must find a way to defend her undisputed world championship against that man, the ogre, the enforcer of Shay Hoxton, Morgan, a former global champion, one of the most destructive forces in CMV history, walks into this main event, guys. And we apologized about this a couple nights ago on Octave. Look, I know these people, they paid their hard-earned money to see a great match at our main event, but the fact is, this might be over short and sweet. For the undisputed world championship, Ellie Quinn defends against Morgan here in our main event. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, climb to fame. What a night of action it has been. We've seen blood lost, bodies broken, careers change. And you see Morgan immediately go for that heavily taped shoulder that Ellie Quinn injured earlier tonight against Stevie Gabriel. The wrist lock and wrenching the shoulder, but Quinn up against an obviously much larger, much stronger Morgan. Pump kick knocks him down, and Quinn quick to escape out onto the apron as she delivers that slingshot drop kick. And if only the wrestling gods, wait a minute, only a 1 count. I was gonna say, if Ellie Quinn maybe said some prayers, maybe the wrestling gods might deliver, but I don't see such luck in Ellie Quinn's future, much like we saw from Ruby Cage earlier tonight. Nice shining wizard running bulldog combo. Speaking of, Ellie Quinn on top of everything else has to be worried about her little sister, what Maggie Shaw did to her earlier tonight, but even more so, Xander Slate saving Ruby Cage from a post-match beatdown at the hands of Shaw. What the hell? Has Ellie Quinn got to be thinking about that? Well, she can't afford to be thinking about that right now. Is the case. Is back into the collar elbow tie-up. Obviously, Morgan going to overpower Ellie Quinn. If Ellie Quinn just swallowed her pride and relinquished the undisputed world championship like Shay Hoxton wanted her to, she wouldn't have had to go through all this past month. And here tonight at Climb to Fame. But she wanted to play hardball. She wanted to stand on 10 toes. And like I did earlier tonight, I'll give Ellie Quinn props. She's still standing. She's still fighting after everything Shay Hoxton has thrown at her. You can't deny the heart of Ellie Quinn. But it's just academic, it's facts. Look at Ellie out wrestling Morgan here. Big knee to the top of the head. And what the hell? Ashley Rain! What? Wait a minute! Ashley Rain is back! Ashley Rain is here! And Ellie Quinn can't believe it! Morgan from behind, but Quinn! What? What the hell? What is Ashley Rain doing out here? The small but mighty one has strolled up to ringside, and Morgan attempted to capitalize on the momentarily distracted Ellie Quinn. But Quinn seen it coming and now has exploded back to life. The devil herself. I think Ashley Rain may have just given her a kick up the ass. Swats onto a standing Morgan. What the hell? Never seen that before. And it only gets a 1 count. Morgan. Full Nelson, but overpowers the undisputed world champion. Ashley Rain coming out here, our main event. We've not seen her guys in a couple of months. What is the meaning of her coming out here, though? Well, that's something to ponder about later on. Right now, our main event continues, and the undisputed world championship's on the line. Back suplex from the Ogre. Tries to deliver a stop. Ellie gets out of the way. Lifts that hand for vexation. Quinn able to take him down with a clothesline, though. And now a reverse STO. Ellie Quinn, a lot of her arsenal useless against someone the size of Morgan here. I mean, even Ellie Quinn on her best day would struggle to get the better of the Ogre. And this is far from Ellie Quinn's best day. Let's just put it that way. But guys, this is a one-on-one matchup. Look, the undisputed world championship on the line. Ellie Quinn has the champion's advantage. If this ends by countout or a disqualification, Ellie Quinn remains the undisputed world champion. And could you really blame her for taking what some might consider the coward's way out? But no, Ellie Quinn, too prideful. Like I said, she won't just swallow her pride. I would have done it. I would have tried to win this match by countout. I'm not ashamed to admit it if I were in Ellie Quinn's boots. But never. Ellie Quinn would never do that. She doesn't want to give Shay Hoxton the satisfaction, and she's going to pay for it. Vexation attempted again. Royal Flush! Middle of the ring. 1, 2. Ellie Quinn not only kicks out, gets back to her feet, only for Morgan to put her down. What a spine buster. 1 count. And Ellie again, right back to her feet. The undying Ellie Quinn with a spine buster of her own here. Ellie, what is this? Oh, we saw Rudy Cage lock this in earlier tonight. The modified STF. Middle of the ring. Nowhere for Morgan to go. Can Ellie do it? Can she do the unthinkable? No. Morgan refuses to tap. Pump kick again from Ellie Quinn, who now tries for a pin. Desperate as the day is long. But a kick out by Morgan. Ellie Quinn lasting. Oh, no! Could that have gone worse? Splat. Back first on the floor. Look, I'll give Ellie Quinn even more props. I thought this would be maybe 60 seconds. But Ellie Quinn The fight of her life. She's delivering here tonight at Climb to Fame. Oh, into the side of the steel barricade. Morgan's, oh, and now! Head first off the steel ring post. That's been Ellie Quinn's biggest enemy in recent weeks, that steel ring post. Guys, we're at a count of 5. Morgan must pin or submit Ellie Quinn in the ring to win the Undisputed World Championship. He can't do it by count out. Look at the Ogre standing his ground. Ellie Quinn's back in. Again, she could have taken the count-out loss. She'd still be undisputed champion, but not Ellie Quinn, who up to the top now. 450, no! Morgan gets out of the way. And now an Irish whip. The Ogre with his patented spine buster. It's over. It's gotta be 1, 2, what? Morgan stays on the attack though. Running, what the fuck? Oh my God, into another Royal Flush! Treating her like a pancake! 1, 2! Unbelievable. Morgan with a headbutt as he tries to figure out how in God's name Ellie Quinn just kicked out of a second Royal Flush. Pounding her. Forget about 100 men versus a gorilla. About 100 men versus one Ogre. Wouldn't stand a chance. And somehow Ellie Quinn is still fighting here in our main event. Knee to the chest as she throws Morgan. Oh my God, whipped him. Back first into the side of the steel barricade. Ellie Quinn, broken, battered, has lost maybe gallons of her own blood here tonight. Oh my gosh, she's gonna go for it again and again. Morgan sidesteps her. Broken her back. And the floor as Morgan now targets the back. Throwing the Undisputed World Champion down onto the floor. Oh, there's the falling headbutt. Guys, we're at a count of 4. Again, Morgan has to pin or submit Ellie Quinn here. He can't become Undisputed World Champion by countout or disqualification. And he knows that. Gonna throw her back into the ring. Ellie Quinn, guys, she's barely moving. I don't know how she survived this long. Oh my God, and she's still Ellie Quinn has fight left. Gas in the tank. Big forearm knocks Morgan out of the ring. Ellie. What suicide time from the devil herself. Another big pump kick. The fans are on their feet. This is awesome. Rallied behind Ellie Quinn, who will not die here tonight. Morgan again throwing Ellie down onto the floor as the ref is up to a count of 4. Morgan, imagine how perplexed he must be. Oh my God. Military press, guys, we're at a count of 6. We're in dangerous territory now. Morgan's got to get Ellie back into the ring. It might have become less about the Undisputed Championship at this point, though. For Morgan, he's just trying to end Ellie Quinn, and he can't find out a way to do so. But he does get her back into the ring. And now the Ogre. Headbutt again. Ellie can't kick out. She can't. It's got to be over here. It's got to be over. Morgan, how rare is it to see him frustrated, to see him perplexed, to see him bamboozled. Another headbutt. Dragging the Undisputed World Champion towards the, oh no, no, going for that Boston Crab, but Ellie comes to life. Ellie Quinn, not dead yet. And the Undisputed World Champion brings Morgan to his feet. Another reverse STO. Morgan dropped on his feet. No! Ellie Quinn looks for the stop, and Morgan fires it into a cutter. As now he tries to take Ellie's goddamn head off. That had to be it. That had to be everything. Oh my God. There's another headbutt with the European uppercut. I gotta stop questioning Ellie Quinn here. Knife edge shot backs the Ogre into the corner. I take back my apologies saying this is gonna be a short main event. This has been a goddamn banger! Another match of the year candidate for Morgan at Climb to Fame. As Ellie knocks him out of the corner, but Morgan, more than a monster, rolls out of the ring to avoid getting pinned. Ellie, though, to the top. Has to rethink her strategy. Morgan back in the ring. Another headbutt attempted. Spinebuster again from Ellie Quinn. Into the pin to retain. Only a 1 count. Fire in Ellie Quinn's eyes as she looks for the long road home. Morgan is down. Ellie gonna try for it again. The stop! There's no way! There's no way! 1, 2! Morgan kicks out Ellie, though, without a moment. Vexation! 1, 2, 3. And we have a new undisputed world champion. Tonight was designed by Shay Hoxton to ensure that Ellie Quinn did not leave still the undisputed world champion. And even after all she's been through this past month and here tonight in Toronto, Ontario, she still just put up one of the greatest fights that we have maybe ever witnessed. But as I said before, it was academic. This was Ellie Quinn's last best shot, her final hope. And Morgan, with the biggest vexation of his career, becomes the new undisputed world champion. And Ellie Quinn maybe finally realizes in her defeat here tonight that things have changed here in CMV. There's no denying the heart that she put on display here tonight. You have to respect it. I'm sure even Shay Hoxton respects that Ellie Quinn went down fighting, but went down she did, because you cannot stop the storm. Shay Hoxton changing CMV for the better, and now we have ourselves a new undisputed world champion, the Ogre Morgan. And what a show it was. What a main event. My friends, thank you as always for joining me. And until next time, I will see you when I see you.